Hey, welcome. Took me a bit longer today. Welcome. My name's Brian Knight and I live in Melbourne in Australia, and it's just after 5. It's 5:05 a.m. on a Thursday for me. The big news, yes, I got the battery yesterday. Right. Where are we? Let's just
That's good news.
I haven't put it in yet though. So let's just
5:30 a.m., man. Why hasn't the battery put in yet?
No. So welcome to this live analysis session. There's a full risk disclosure and a little bit about us as live session traders. I'll need to, Grace is coming too. Okay. I didn't see Grace's message till early this morning. So I haven't really, Grace will answer your question soon. She dropped back out again. All right then. Trading platform. Do you want to have a look?
Yeah, go through your
Yeah.
thing, man.
Okay. Do me thing. Hey, Grace. There we go.
Hey,
Yeah.
sorry, Grace. Sorry, Grace. I didn't see your message till I woke up, so I apologize.
Oh no, that's okay. I've been at work and I'm headed back to my other job. So I sent it early this morning when I left before I left work.
Yeah. No worries at all.
Good moves today, Brian, I think.
Oh yeah, there's been some crazy moves today. Like, look at this. I got Euro GBP JPY is now 714 pips up.
You're gonna hit the big 1,000 with this one, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still waiting for the 45,000 that Tom normally gets.
That's Tom's wish list.
Oh,
I think that's pipettes, not pips.
okay. Yeah,
I'm up
so
107 on this one.
yeah, but look at this though. The Euro CHF has shot up as well.
Well, what happened to the New Zealand dollar? That was the big move. That just dropped like
the news was that the Reserve Bank of New Zealand kept the rate on hold. That's what happened.
And they're going to start lowering them, I think, was the other sort of a comment. Twice before the end of the year, I think was suggested.
Was the comment, was it? I didn't see that. I just saw that they kept it on hold.
So I think it was the comments that a couple of rate cuts this year that got that livened things up a bit.
Livened it up. Okay. Yeah. Right, yeah. Well, we'll go through and have a look at some of those. So EuroCAD's down a bit. The NZD-CHF is down, and this GBP AUD for sell, it's definitely going in a buy direction. So I mean, it's around the 50. I have to look at it. We'll see. I might just have to flip that one into buy. We'll see how we go, because it's the only one that's in a sell with the other GBPs in a buy, which I'm not in lots. I'm in, GBP CHF. I think that's
I'm still in the sell on NZD CHF.
NZD CHF.
I know you're in the buy, but I'm still in the sell on that. Anyway, we'll come to that, won't we?
Yeah. Well, we'll talk. Yeah, I'll just talk to that in a minute. And I'm in a buy, yeah, and you're in a sell. Okay.
Yeah,
We'll go for those. But again, this is what I look at. If I look at my equity is up. It was about 1,000 and I don't know 50 or something yesterday, and it's now 1,137. So it just means that this account overall has increased significantly overnight. That was between going to sleep and waking up. That's how much difference it is.
That's
okay,
good.
So yeah, equity is the thing I look at anyway. And you can see I don't have any TPs on any of them. So there are stop profits or stop losses in place. Okay, let's just stop there. And then we'll need, hang on. Okay, no, hang on a minute. We'll share across, because I've got to talk about Grace's little chat. Now, what did Grace? what did Grace ask? I'm sorry, I'm going to didn't take the trade. Right, here we go. Here we go. Where is it? Hi, Grace. Interesting. We have been consolidated for ton news coming up. Yes, you did answer it. Oh, that's right. You wanted USD CAD. That's right. I'm going like I wouldn't touch it. That's just me personally. But we'll go and have a look, Grace. We'll see what other options there are for you. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was just wanting to look at for y'all to give me what y'all's perspective was.
Yeah. USD CAD. Let's go have a look. I've got it on my pinky tab, which means, well, I can look at it, but I'm not really excited by it. If it's got a blue, there's a possibility I may take a trade. And where I've got a green, I'm in a buy. If I'm in a red, I'm in a sell. That's where they're at. So USD CAD, if we let's get a bigger picture. Right. You might not, because I know you're driving, Grace, you might not be able to see this, but let me just, right. And I think, Tom, you probably answered a lot of it too, is that there's a heap of news coming up for USD. So whatever the outcome of UCAD is, we really can't predict or forecast it with any sort of certainty to a certain extent, right? If we look at it, there was a high up here. Where is that? Hang on a minute, we'll get like the high of it is up here somewhere, and the low of it is here down here, right? So that's what you call a swing high, that's a swing low. It went from there to there. So the US dollar just like tanked out for ages against the Canadian. But we're talking back 2020, March 2020 down to May 21. Okay, big sell. And then it's bought back up to here, which was around October 22. And then it jumped back down again, back up. It's sort of all over the shop here. So since this October, all it's done on a daily perspective is really just sort of gone up and down and up and down. There is no trend favoritism for this pair since around about October 22. So it's nearly 2 years that this has just been going up and down. And if you want to get into a much longer term type trade, bit like, I don't know, whatever you want out of it, which is really percentage, number of pips related to stop loss to amount of move, right? So the reason why I've got a pink is it's nowhere near doing anything unless we get some bigger news out of US. If, for example, because let's talk about the fundamentals in relation to both of these. The US dollar has still got, it's still on its highest interest rate that it was to limit or to bring inflation down. So they haven't lowered it. They've sort of mooted that they may soon, which is sort of, because the US dollar, it doesn't sort of move too much until you sort of get it actually doing that sort of movement. The Canadian dollar has lowered its interest rates and it's not in a good shape economically at the moment, right? So they're talking about it being in a recession at this point. Now, the US is trying to avoid a recession, which means that they want to hold off. They want to, in a way, they might rush a few interest rate cuts to keep the economy ticking along so it doesn't sort of hit rock bottom. Unemployment will go up, all those sorts of things. So for me, for me on this pair, it's a bit sort of this is the current low, and if I go, there's a couple here. So what's going to happen with this pair at this price currently is it will need to either break this high up here and even maybe that high, or break this low and that low to go further down, right? At the moment, it's just sitting in the middle. And if we look now at the settings I have for the rail, sure, we've got a short and it's selling, but it's just jumping around all over the place here. And it's in the middle of the X48 rails, right? We had a red one up there, and yes, it sold, but it jumped back up again and then it's pushed back down. It's just too it's just too messy. What do you, I don't know, what do you call it, Darren or Tom?
I think as currencies, because they sort of follow each other, you're not going to get fewer moves. It's more generally sort of sideways, isn't it, a lot of the time?
Yeah. Except back here though, Darren, that was a nice move down, and yes, that's a pretty good move back up again over a period of time.
Yeah.
Like this here, like, but at the moment, it's just not doing that. So I would keep away from it. Like if we're talking back here, November 23, well, that's great. The US dollar sold out against the Canadian. But then in December, or the start of the year, the US dollar strengthened up and it came back up here. It didn't break that high and it pulled back down. Now it's going sideways. So yeah, sure, it'll be a good trade potentially in the future. But I think it's, we've got to have some sort of a break up or down in relation to it. It'd be nice if it comes outside of the rail at some point, and potentially if the US dollar, I mean, I don't want to think, but you can see how they're sort of just hugging each other up here. You're not going to get a lot of difference between them. So the US dollar, for example, the Canadian's not, I don't think, what's the Canada news? Oh, that's inflation as well. Okay. So when's that? 16th. That's not until next week sometime. Yeah. So you've got all of the US stuff that's going to happen, power testimony, then all the inflation stuff, sentiment, and what's this, retail sales, right? So once that comes out and there's a bit of movement, and then maybe Canadian news comes out, but that may, again, that Canadian news might just have it go sideways again. So if you look at it from a daily perspective, back here, even April, all it's done is just gone sideways. Yes, you got a short, but it's likely that it could just push and then push back up again. Does that answer your question, Grace? That's my view anyway.
Yes. Because when I first looked at it, I was like, oh yeah, maybe a sell. But then after I sent that picture of it in the chat, I was like, that's not even in. Yeah, so then I could see it different. So
yeah,
and then I could see what it looked like consolidation. So I just kind of wanted to get a better idea. But yeah, thank y'all so much.
No, that's okay. We'll look at what other potential possibilities. The issue at the moment with that US is that there's a lot of news coming out, and it's probably better to find out what that news does to the pair, to a pair, any pair, and probably not even this pair, than anything else. Like, for example, UJ. Oh, look at that, push back up again. That one not so much. USD for example, there's been that sort of new, I'm in this and it's now pushing back up again. So potentially a buy, but we don't have a long. I want to sort of get you into a trade or a number of trades that sort of have like what Darren does, for example, we want it outside of the rail, we want it long, we want to change on the trend bar, and we want to sort of give you the option of whether you want to get into a couple of them for a longer term. The only thing for me with this is more in a sell at the moment. Even if I'm in a buy, it depends. At some point, this is going to turn and push down again. So, any comment, Tom?
Here's another way you can look at it. Grace,
Okay.
if you go out to the monthly,
Yep, I'll do that.
you see where
There you
that you see where the red and green arrows are right there at the very that long move.
Yeah, here
Uh-huh.
and here.
Okay, this is considered a pennant. This is a pennant move. You know what a pennant is?
No.
Okay, can you go over to I think it's that let's see, where is that? Triangle pattern. It's in pattern. So if you go over here to your left on your bar, up
Oh,
one.
this one. Yeah.
Yeah. And then go down to see where it says triangle pattern?
Yep.
Okay. If you do from the top of your red arrow,
Yeah.
A down to B to C is the top.
That up here.
Yeah, to the top one. And then
Yeah.
D down to the very lowest one.
Yeah.
Okay, so right now we're in a pennant. So if you move your, can you open that up to the point now?
Yeah, sure.
So if you move your cursor over to September, when the government says the rates will possibly change, that's two candles.
Oh, September back here.
Nope, where it is now.
Oh, where it is now. Sorry.
Yeah, and then go to September, July, August, September. It's two candles.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So this is when they're saying they're going to make their first rate cut in the
Potentially.
US. Potentially. Either they do or they don't. Doesn't matter. So I can see this just giving us maybe, just maybe, in 2 months, they're going to start setting us up right now. So they're possibly going to move it one way or another a little bit. Like they'll come down and take a low or take a high. And then when that news comes out, that's when we're going to get our pullback and our breakout. So I'm looking at this on a monthly scale because we've consolidated for so long.
Mm.
So now that we're in this pennant, it's going to have to go one direction or another. And if you'll notice, even on the monthly, even if it comes back to the middle on the monthly, that's a good move. That is a good move. We could do that over 2 months.
Yeah.
But really, it's the news coming up in September that's going to give us what we want.
Yeah.
And if this gives me a short coming out of this pennant, I'm taking the short, even if it's two candles. Then I'm going to wait for the long. If it tells me long, I'm going to get in, even if it's for two candles. I'm following this down till it absolutely takes off.
Two candles from a monthly perspective.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. So I'm actually looking for this to either break that rail at the top or break that rail at the bottom.
Yeah.
So I've been kind of staying out of this pair until we get a final decision on what they're going to do, because September is going to be, it's going to tell us what everything is.
Yeah, correct.
Because if they cut it once, they're going to cut it again more likely.
And if you say 2 months, that's like 60 days. So,
yeah, exactly.
60 days.
If you can wait, 2 candles.
Yeah.
Because we're dead center right now, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
This thing will not move.
Yeah. And it's not worth, Grace, being in a trade for a period of time in the hope of the wish or the forecast that it will go one way or the other. It's just not It's really not worth it.
Can you move that C and D down to the next set of the highs and lows?
You mean the D over here?
Yeah, and then the C to
And
see
the C
above.
over there, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
thank
what it
you.
needs to be. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's more like it.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So did you get into this? Great. Take what you want out of the market. If you want 10 pips, 5 pips, 1 pip, 100 pips, take whatever you want, great. If you're looking for a longer term strategy where you don't have to watch this stuff all the time, this is the kind of move I'm looking for.
Yeah.
I want to be in one direction for a while over a monthly period.
Yeah. But the news is the thing that's going to push this around. That's what's going to happen.
Exactly. So if we get a big push up, I'm absolutely buying the reversal. You know, if we get a big push down, I'm buying the reversal back up.
Yeah. So Grace, in terms of what Tom's saying, I'll just, if I can put in other words, we can't forecast what the move will be in September necessarily. Like we can intellectualize it, but we probably can't have a trade in place to secure a profit out of it. But what we can do is we can watch that occur, be patient about it, and then get the reversal from that move. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Or catch the pullback, you know, in one direction, whatever the case may be. But right now, we're just dead center.
Yeah. And part of it, if you think about it from a fundamentals perspective, you've got US dollar going weak, Canadian strong, US dollar strengthening, Canadian weakening. See that push, that big 1 month big push up there here in the middle. And then it's all gone sideways because this is where back in 22, this is where the interest rate stuff started to happen, right? The increase it. And this is where inflation is sort of stretched out and made it go sideways to a certain extent. That's how I see it anyway. And so with interest rates and inflation, it's more of a sort of a choppy type thing. There isn't this sort of overall longer term move that will be in. But once it comes out of the interest rate stuff and they start cutting, and then we'll probably see a direction one way or the other that it will take. So pair's okay. It's an okay pair. It's just not an okay situation potentially for trade at the moment, in my opinion. Right. So
I'm sitting this one out.
Yeah, at the moment, me too.
Yeah.
Oh. Dollar dips as Powell remains cautious before CPI data. Right. So that's what's happening. Again, just a sideways, crazy sort of bit here. Right, let's go down through them. Well, the ones, there's a couple I want to look at. I might just GA. Let me have a look because I'm just, these it's all about me. So, yeah, that GA. Do I let it go and hit the stop loss? Do I reverse it? What do I do? I've still got a thing. I've got green coming up here. It hasn't come out of the rail. What do we got? What news is coming up? Month on month GDP on the 11th, which is your tomorrow morning, Darren, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
That could be a bit of positive news there, couldn't it? This is where things become interesting, been in that sell, but it's pulled back now. Should I reverse it and lose the, and actually, lose out on this trade?
Wait, you think you're going to buy it back up? You think it's going
Yeah,
back up?
yeah, I do. A couple of reasons, right? And it's probably against whatever. I mean, let me look at this one as a much bigger picture. You can see where it's sold off, consolidated, sold off, bought back again. Then it's sold off but not broken the low, pushed back up or down, hasn't broken the low. I'm going to stay in it. I'll see whether it knocks me out or not. It might do it when market changes over. It might just do that. Let me have a look and see where. Oh no, I've got a bit left in the pocket for the stop loss. Must be bigger than 50 at this point. Okay. No, I'm going to stay in there. The reason why I'll stay in is only because I've seen that the sell it's pulled back up, not broken the high, and pull back down. My thoughts are it will break the low here, come down to here a bit. And if it does, that's okay. And it comes to the rail. I mean, here it didn't come to the rail. And we haven't really got any green or red since when was the last? At the end of last year or the start of this year is the last time that we've actually got anything coming out of the rail on the daily, right? So no, I'm going to vote to stay in at the moment unless I get knocked out at changeover from New York to Sydney Asian. We will see. Right. What's the other one I want to look at? I'm looking at NZDCHF. What was the NZDs? Oh yeah, that one.
Well, all of them.
Yeah. All the NZDs, eh?
NZD card, which I'm still in for the sell.
The only problem, the thing I'm not gonna you got NCAD, have you?
Yeah. And this one.
Yeah, see, I'm in that for the sell anyway. That sold out nicely.
And
Uh,
Euro NZD for the buy. That shot up.
yeah. Well, this is continued itself, so that's really nice.
Yeah.
Beautiful. What do you say? NZD I'm looking at that one from that for a buy, but
Well, I'm
see
still
that.
in from the top of the X48.
Yeah, but you can see though too, Darren, see how it's really kicked down. Like you've got, it was going up. This is a 1 day candle. It's nearly finished for the day, right? It's got an hour and a half until it finishes. This is a really pretty wicky candle. I mean, there's not a lot of, there's a body in it. I mean, it's a significant body. But it did try to push up, and then the news came out and it dived down. But look at the suck back.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't really want to sell, does it? I mean I mean, look at it from this sort of point of view. You got a similar candle here, pushed down, but then it just sucked right back. So this could be a pullback before it does push back up further.
Thing. But I'll
And
move
if
my
you
stop loss now to just above that.
to here.
No, just above the pullback.
Oh, here.
Yeah.
Oh, you're in a cell.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Oh no, I'm in a buy on this one.
No, we are. Yeah.
Yeah, so that moved right for you. We're just in opposite Opposite courts. That's all.
Yeah.
The reason why I'm in a buy is because of this. It's in an uptrend.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if it pulled back, I want to keep in for a longer term. I think it'll break this high up the top here. But, you know, hey, you never know. Could break this low, jump me out, and then push back up again. But this is, for me, this is how I see it, Grace. I'm looking for this longer term, this trend to continue in the upward. Yes, it pulls back, but the point is I want to be in a buy for this pair. I'm not in that sort of like, I don't know how far this is going to come back on me type situation. It could, but you know, like, hey, that's a bit of spiky news. And hopefully after it gets itself sorted, it'll come back. NJ pull back down. Yeah. Where's my NJ? Oh, I'm only up 126 pips now. But, you know, like you look at the currency, New Zealand dollar and the daily is still quite strong. Japanese yen still sitting down. So, yes, we might have a little red there. I'm not really too concerned at the moment. So, what was the other? Euro NZD, did you say?
Yeah, which I'm into the buy.
I'm not in this one. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Remember I vacillated whether to get in that or not.
Yeah.
Look at that. That was a good move. But this is going to pull back. There's going to be a drop down before it
Well,
does
yeah.
maybe continue. Like that's significant. How far is that? I think it's significant. 200 pip move.
Yeah.
Wow. And that's the thing, Grace. You couldn't preempt that. I mean, I should have been in the trade, but I haven't been. So the only reason why I'm not is because fundamentals for me aren't there. I mean, what I really want to be in, what I want to be in is I want to be in that sell, that continuation of sell. It may not because it came down here, came down and it's pushed back up again. It may not break this low, but we'll see. Ultimately, I wait for it to get out. I'd like to get into the sell on that one. That's what I'm waiting for. Could take weeks. Anyway, we'll see what happens. And then it must be AUD NZD. What happened?
Oh,
Oh,
look at this one.
oh my giddy aunt. Look at that. Wow. Where am I at with it now? Up here. I'm only up 11%. But
I caught that. I'm in it.
You're in a good idea. But the point is that's going to pull back. I mean, the next candle is going to pull back at least half of that or more. You know, and if it does, it'll be a negative. We'll get a triangle and then we'll talk about potentially coming back down. So here now becomes my dilemma on this. This now came up, it broke that high, right? See the high over here? I think it's going to go further. There's another high up here. So it will do pullback and then up. So I feel I'm in the trade for the right direction at this point for a longer term. And the pullback could happen and I could be with a 50 pip drunk. What is it? NZD 324 pips. So whatever 50 pips behind, you know, I'll adjust it this morning, but whatever's 50 pips behind that, it may come back and knock me out. So what? Then I'll look at potentially getting back in for a further buy. That's where I'm at with it at the moment. Because for me, that's in that direction. So not the time, Grace, to get into it right now, but Darren, following your rules? You did a good job, got all of that to the rail and missed out on that bit going there. But you're not too concerned, are you?
Oh no.
Because you banked profit, you just
Yeah,
you missed out on the cream.
indeed.
Yeah. Well, I
But,
just think
you
I
know,
mean, it
you
could.
couldn't have predicted that, could you? You couldn't have predicted that. That was
No, and it could have raised your cholesterol level if you have that much cream. We we don't want you with any health issues, you know. So,
oh, that's right.
but yeah, you couldn't have predicted it. That's right. But then again, I'm still looking at this as for a longer term relaxed trade as being in this for a period of time. Anyway, AUD, NZD. I think that's all the NZDs, is it? Yes. Oh no, GBP, NZD. What happened there?
Yeah, same again.
Whoa! Oh my gosh! And I'm not in that one because I've been looking at it going like, I don't know. What a crazy thing, eh? Look, didn't come out the rail, but look at that. It's now outside. This
This,
could be good for for a sell, but I think we'll yeah, see what happens here. This one I'm going to turn into a blue now. It's one to watch. So here's another example, Grace. You could probably not predict that, but now looking at that, we can look and forecast potentially the sell back down. Now, it may not be a great trade overall for longer term, because what I see is this is an uptrend currently. So to be in the buy or to have been in the buy would have been the best position. And that's, you're in it, Darren, are you? Or not?
oh no, no,
No, because it never came outside the rail for you.
correct. Yeah.
Right, yeah. So neither of us were in it. I don't know about Tom, whether he sort of grabbed any bits out of it or not.
No,
So,
no,
okay.
I did not catch this one, but I'm not I'm looking for the next long on it.
Yeah, okay.
So I don't think it's going to beat this previous high right here.
Right. Okay.
I think it's going to pull back, give us
Yeah.
a short,
Yeah.
and then come back down, take out this long uh fair value gap that it's creating
Yeah.
in a flag back down.
And
When
then
it gets
push
to the
back
bottom,
up.
we're going to get another long. And
Yeah.
I think it's going to really take off at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And if
I
you'll
agree.
notice, it's right around September. So it's
Yeah,
going
we've
to
got
push,
this news.
not beat this,
Yeah.
or if it does beat this by just a little
Yeah, it's
and
going to
pull
pull
back,
back.
it's like a fake,
Yeah. And then
I
go off
back
again.
down and then
Yeah.
take off again.
Yeah. I agree. Agree. But in the end, I want to be in a buy on this for a
Me
much longer
too.
term trade. Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Oh,
So here, can you hear that, Grace? Put GBP NZD and probably GBP AUD as well on a longer term for a buy. Both of those. But we'll see. Okay. I don't know. We've jumped all over the place today.
it's hard to be patient for so long to get into a trade.
Yeah, but that's part of the key, though, isn't it? Like, if you're not patient, you're just
Right.
going to jump around the joint, and yeah,
CHF pairs are still doing well, aren't they? Euro CHF,
yeah,
GBP CHF.
yeah.
Really
AUD
both of those.
CHF still pushing up as well. Had a little pullback, was going up. Euro
Getting close to
CHF.
the well, GBP CHF is getting well a bit further to go, but it's not far off the top of the rail now.
GBP CHF, I'm on the buy. Yeah. It pushed up nice.
Euro CHF.
It's actually quite a
Well, I'm in too.
measured and sort of like a persistent type pairs, aren't they? The Swiss franc ones tend to be. But I think buys is the right direction to be in as well.
I think you're right.
And the Swiss franc, fundamentally, they've lowered their interest rate twice already.
Yeah.
I'm up 37 on this one.
CHF, where am I? 121. I didn't get in all right at the bottom here, but again, my excuse is the account was small and the margin wouldn't let me. But
205.
yeah, you got it. You got in down here where the long came in. Yeah. We just measured 205 years.
205. Wow.
Yeah. He got in down here at this long.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, well, there was this bit of hesitation here, but it's pushed back up again now. So yeah, I didn't get into it until sort of below the middle, I think it was, or above the middle or whatever. But we both have been in this for a while. You were AWOL, Tom, anyway. You hadn't put a note in, and we didn't know where you were when we took this.
Oh, hell, half the time I don't know where I'm at.
Ain't that the truth? That's right. Any of these times, Grace, when you see this really sort of significant candle move, like in engulfing, there's going to be pullback in relation to it. Yeah, this GBP news, we'll see what that does to it. When market opens, the UK open tomorrow, Darren's tomorrow morning. So anyway, so that is it to a certain extent. Let's go whip down through them. AUD CAD, still buying. Yes, it's done a pullback, but each one of those days is still positive. It hasn't gone negative yet. It's not outside the rail. There's the Canadian news coming up. I think we'll get that push a bit further, hopefully. AUD CHF we just looked at, still in the positive for me. AUD JPY still pushing up. Look at it. So as a group of pairs, these AUDs, I'm in buys on all of them, and they're all, doing their AUD Singapore, same thing. This was a 1 day of negative. You'll probably see the roll. We'll get a triangle. Oh no! Oh! No triangle. It's not out of the roll. But look at it. It's going from white to green to white to green. From a negative to a positive to a negative to positive. Just not a bit of a non-event day, really. Nothing really happened. It went from yesterday, today, went up, went down, and it's just sitting in the middle. All right. So I see this still as a buy at the moment. I am. What am I in with this one? AD Singapore. Oh, I'm up 55 pips because I didn't take it till about here somewhere. Okay, AD USD, same thing, still pushing up. No negative ones there at the moment. Yeah, wait. It'll be crazy when the news comes out. I don't know. One way or the other. It'll either stop profit or what am I up on that one? 84 pips, 85, somewhere around there. So my stop losses now, if it plummets down 50 pips, I'll be, stop profit about 35 or something. Right, CAD CHF. Oh, remember that? I was thinking about getting out of that one too, but no, still in it. Yeah, the CAD strengthened up. That's good. Love it.
Still in it.
Yeah. CAD JPY pushed up higher again too. Lovely. CHF JPY. I'm on a pinky on this. Yeah, it is pushing up, but this is a slow burn. And look at all the reds. Again, don't want to sort of get into that. Euro AUD, I'm in a sell, but it is just taking its time. What do we got over here? Just sentiment. It might just be this really slow burn on this thing. Where am I at with it? Yeah, I'm only like 57 pips. It's sort of like wherever I got in, it really hasn't done much. But ultimately, what I want to be in is a sell because it's, if you look at it further from this peak up here in 23, it was August 23, it's just been selling. It hasn't come down to break this. This is where I think it's going to, down into this zone down here. Anyway, we will see. We will see. Okay, and I am in the sell. Euro CAD. So this is the difference. Euro AUD I'm in a sell, but Euro CAD I'm in a buy. Euro CHF I'm in a buy. Euro GBP I'm just, observing. That's me blue. And I think it will sell, and it is doing it. So there's a short there now. But this could be a slow burn as well. I would like to get into a sell, but it's like Euro GBP. We got this news coming up. Let's see what happens with this news, and then I'll consider what's happening. Euro JPY. Thank you very much. Euro JPY, where is it now? 565. Thank you.
Nice.
I don't think this is coming down.
I hope you're right, 'cause I'm in it.
Well, if it does, you can have your stop profit in place. Euro NZD, I'd love to be in this one, but wait for that pullback and then we'll go from there. Euro Singapore, just observing. I'm not really I think this will turn. I'll just wait for that. Euro USD, don't like it. It's just choppy. It's a bit like the USD CAD, Grace. Euro USD for me is a bit, I don't know. I mean, you could be in that long in the buy, but I don't know. It's sort of a sell I'd like to be in. I'd like to see when this turns and I get into a sell on it because I think it'll break that low down here. Right. Okay, I might just change that color to a blue because I'm getting a bit more interested of when it might turn. It might come out the other side of the rail. I'll never know. That's my GA in a sell. It's like, I think it'll buy. Rats. Oh, if it stops me out, it does, right? Can't win every trade, Tom.
That's right.
Like Euro CAD. Oh, GBP CAD. I'm still looking at this, but I don't know. What do you reckon, Darren? Do you think it'll break the top up here? I think it actually will.
Well, it's been an uptrend for
Yeah, I know. I should be in a buy on this.
I mean, really, it's been an uptrend for a couple of years at least.
Yeah, I know. I
Sorry,
do know. I do know.
Uh,
Why am I not in this trade?
It's been a bit unreliable lately. I've been caught
Anyway,
out many times with this. But
we'll see. And yeah. Anyway, it's one I might consider. We'll see. Let's see what happens with this couple of bits of news and we'll go from there. GBP CHF, yep, still in that buy up on that one. And the buy is a longer term, came out of that long at the bottom, pushing up. I think it will potentially break the high and then pull back, but we'll see. GBP JPY. No, there's no red triangles, no nothing. Oh, there is one red triangle. 712 pips. I don't even know what the percentage is on that. I must be, what's this, 708? Yeah. I don't know what my percentage is at the moment, but
Why
anyway.
why do you not use your placeholder boxes anymore?
I don't know. It's probably I don't have enough time to do that. I'm just looking at my equity. I don't know. I'm not sure. I can tell you where it is if you want. Hang on. Let's do that. We'll do it now on this one. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Here's my, what do I want to do? I could do it. Let's do a horizontal rate. So where was the entry on this one? Entry price, 206.28.
I'm gonna have to go, Brian. So I'll
Yeah, no worries.
see you tomorrow.
There. Yeah,
Take care.
no worries. That was my entry. See you, Darren. See you tomorrow, mate.
Yeah.
That's a long. So if I put it on there and I do about 50 pips, roughly there. Oh, I'm only up 11 and whatever percent.
Is that where you started with your stop loss?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
yeah, 50, roughly 50 pips. I'm pretty sure. Where is it now? It should be about 50 pip behind it, somewhere there. Hang on, I'll just go and have a look. GPB, JPY. Oh no, I need to move it actually. Anyway, it's way above. It's like, oh my gosh. Where is it up there? Let's say 7. Oh, it's not. It's even more than that. There you go. Yeah, I need to go through all my stop losses and adjust them all this morning, or anyway, when I get a chance. I didn't yesterday. But yeah, GJ, and then now GBP NZD. Wait, that's going to be a pullback before we do anything. It came off the low, pushed up, so it's out the other side of the rail. And once we get a sell day, it'll give us a red triangle, and we'll go from there. GBP Singapore, same thing. It's pushed up. I'd like to be in the. If you look, I'd like to be in the buy for this. It's just coming up to these highs here. I think it'll break it. It's probably better to be in a buy on this one currently for a longer term trade. So you can see I've got it as a blue. Both of these I'd like to be in trades. So GBP USD. Yeah, okay. Depends on all this news. I don't want to be in that at the moment. NZD CAD for the sell, beautiful. Right, NZD CHF for the buy, but it's pushed back down. But I think it'll push back up again. NJ, it pulled back, but that's okay. Where am I? NJ still up 130 pips on it. So, and NU, I don't know, this one's a bit. So yeah, it's been jumping around all over the place. It does come out of that short though. So, and if I look at it here on a longer term, it's more of a sideways. It's like it's a bit like UCAD in a way. I'm sort of just sitting and waiting for this one. Singapore Japanese yen though keeps pushing. UCAD we've talked about. USD CHF. I don't know. I'm just waiting for news. UJ. I was in the buy and got knocked out. Again, I'm going to wait for news on that. And US Singapore still just sideways. You'll see it's inside the rails and not really doing too much. Yeah. Gold, where's it? Oh, it's pushed back up a bit. It's good. Bitcoin's pushed back up slightly. I think that will potentially get a more push up. We've got a couple of green, if you want to. You don't have to, but I'm just looking at potentially, it could be potentially a nice trade out of this one. Where's his gold? Sorry, US oil. Dipped down and sort of played up for today. And cocoa's pushed sideways for today anyway. So there you go. There they all are. But my liquidity is equity, should I say? The equity is up nicely. That's all I need to focus a bit on. And we'll see what happens with GA. Remember, it's 48 pips. It's now only 41 in the negative, but we'll see what happens when changeover occurs. It'll be another hour and then it'll push it around, whether it'll knock me out of the trade or not. We'll see. Okay. What do you reckon, Grace? I haven't given you anything to take yet, but.
Yeah, I think it's been very helpful going through it like that. This is a lot.
Yeah, let's just wait for that, potentially for that US news to see what sort of direction things start to, because it will affect a lot of other currency pairs. So, yeah. Okay. Anything to add, Tom?
Nope. Just
No,
keep with it,
okay.
Grace. Just keep with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank y'all for all of y'all's perspective. I appreciate that.
No, that's easy, Grace. We'd like to help for you to understand it and to be successful with it. So,
Do you journal?
No, but I think I'm going to start. I did when I first started following, but I've just kind of slacked. But since I'm trying to get serious again, yes, I'm going to start.
yeah. I suppose it's just knowing where currency pairs are and what's happening with them from fundamentals, and then where in groups what are happening, the groups of pairs, the AUDs, the CADs, the euros, the GBPs, the NZDs, the USDs, euros, Anyway. Okay. Until tomorrow, take it easy. What have we got tomorrow? It's Friday. Oh, it's the last session of this week. We'll see. There'll be a bit of kick around news. All right then. Ciao. Till next time.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Take care, everyone.
Have a good one.